Every strategic crisis of the last 5 years shares a structural property. The intelligence existed. The data existed. The expertise existed. What was missing, in the moment that mattered, was a way to integrate them fast enough to support a decision that could be defended afterward. This isn't a failure of effort. It's a failure of infrastructure. Modern military and intelligence systems have largely solved the perception problem. Sensors, satellites, and AI-driven fusion deliver more situational awareness than any commander in history has had access to. The bottleneck has moved upward, to the reasoning layer above perception, turning fused intelligence into compared options, traceable rationale, and decisions a team can defend together. That's where SAGE operates. Valexis Global has built the Strategic Advisory and Guidance Engine, or SAGE, in response to this bottleneck. It is driven by the National Power Index data substrate, curated by the Center for the Application of Grand Strategy, an independent, nonprofit research partner, and powered by the developers at Verb AI. The methodology is formal. CAGS curates and governs the dime-filled DC ontology that underlies every SAGE output. The reasoning behind every analytical claim is grounded in transparent, published research, not commercial assumptions or opaque training data. Influence is modeled as a function of 9 domains of the dime-filled DC under specified scenario conditions. Each domain contributes a direct effect and a set of interaction effects capturing how domains amplify or constrain one another. Every analytical claim SAGE produces is decomposable, contestable, and revisable as evidence updates. This is the architecture that lets a user defend a decision afterward, because the reasoning behind it is auditable end to end. Moving on to the demonstration, a planner enters the scenario the way they would brief it. Simulation type, competitor, objectives, and critically, success criteria defined up front. This anchors every downstream output to what the user actually needs to achieve, and prevents strategy creep as the scenario evolves. SAGE activates a multi-agent research pipeline grounded in the NPI knowledge base and live web search. It produces quantitative influence scores decomposed across domains with reasoning trails for each. Then it maps direct and interaction effects, how diplomatic posture amplifies military deterrence, how adversary information operations constrain allied decision space. These are the second and third order effects that manual cross-domain analysis routinely misses. Before proceeding, an analyst can edit, override, or approve the effects mapping. SAGE suggests the human decides. SAGE then generates courses of action across an assertiveness spectrum, high, medium, or low. The user chooses the posture that matches the political and operational environment. Each course of action expands into full strategic rationale, advantages, disadvantages, and modeled support across executive, legislative, and public stakeholders. Strategic options that fail political sustainability are surfaced before they become irreversible. Before moving on, the user has the opportunity to modify the course of action. Once approved, SAGE produces an implementation roadmap. Each step names the lead agency. Each step projects how the influence score evolves as the strategy executes. The user sees not just what to do, but how power shifts as they do it. SAGE is built for integration. Cloud-native architecture on Google Cloud, structured outputs consumable by downstream systems. The NPI knowledge base accessible as a research substrate. SAGE, built by Valexis Global, the reasoning layer strategists need for AI-enabled warfighting.